is Lula, and I do energy work. I love what I do, and I'm able to make huge shifts and huge changes in a lot of people's lives. I have been able to move energies since I was little. It's a gift. I use the spirit, and today I'm going to work on Lori. And Lori, what are some of the things that you would like to have worked on?
I have felt a little bit stuck lately, a little down, maybe due to the weather. Maybe some past issues are coming up, so that's what I'd like you to work on today.
Okay, so just know that by just what she said, I know that she's suffering a little bit of depression. She's got a little bit of holiday blues, and also she needs to have her energy moved up so that she can come more into balance with her body and with her mind and with her spirit. So as I do that, she'll feel more in balance. She'll feel a peace and a happiness that really allows her to be more and more of who she is. She's a very special lady, has many gifts and many talents, and is able to move through these a lot faster with a lot more communication with others when she's staying in her body and using her own gifts. So I'm going to start with a pressure point. She has a pressure point right here. Usually I can see a person's pressure point, and as I push on that pressure point, I can actually start to work the energy. I can actually start to feel some of that heaviness that she carries around. Now she carries a heaviness right about here, and it kind of goes out into her energy fields, so I start to work on that. I start to wind it back down and pull it back down in, and I add a lot of light. Now her color today is blue. I also see colors, so by seeing this blue color, I can actually start to put this blue light back into her so that she can start to speak more truth to herself. As she speaks more truth to herself, she'll start to recognize that she is able to move through these things, able to see a much brighter picture of herself. So in actuality, I am widening her perceptions so that she can become more and more of her. Also, she's got a problem here in her solar plexus. It's kind of tied into a ball. So the energy goes in and then goes back out because it's like a ball of yarn. So I'm just going to start to calm that down and bring that through. Also, while I'm doing that, I come in the back so that the back and the front start to move because there's a chakra on the front side and on the back side. And as you start to heal those and start to just put those back into balance, then Lori will start to feel brighter and brighter until she can actually move through this depression. So Lori, how are you feeling? Can you already start to feel the difference?
Yeah, I can.
So as we work on people, know that everybody is an energy worker. Everyone has the abilities to run energy. Some of us have become so shut down that they don't recognize their own energy. They don't recognize other people's energy. Say Lori would walk into a room where there's some depressed people. Automatically she would be drawn to those depressed people because they have a likeness of energy. So by changing Lori's vibrations and by changing her energy, then when she walks into a room, no longer will she connect to that. She will walk more and more with her own truth. Now Lori has a bit of a thyroid problem, and so she's not able to come in and speak full truth to herself. So by just working on this energy right here, just by twisting it around and by inviting, you always invite and you always ask permission. If you don't ask permission or don't invite and intend with love, then sometimes you can cause harm to people. Many people don't know that you have to do this. And if you don't, you can actually put a trauma on top of a trauma, because some of Lori's problems, some of other people's problems come from a trauma. Some of them come from a DNA or maybe an ancestor, and maybe that will bring in a death energy or an energy that does not fit with Lori. So by starting to balance Lori out, by putting her into her own oneness of herself, which is an I am, Lori will have more perception, more vision of herself, and be able to stay more in Lori, speak her own truth, and move forward with whatever she chooses. This allows her to be higher and higher choice without the rebellion and without the conforming. So a lot of people live their whole lives in rebellion and conforming. So as you come into choice, it opens up a oneness of yourself that allows you to start to go into what I would call a sacred soft place. When you're able to go into this sacred soft place, it allows you to find that peace and joy no matter what comes along, no matter what trauma comes along, no matter who comes into your life. You will always start to carry that peace and joy so that you're not going up and down in these kind of energies. You're going more like this, more like a very smooth energy, so that you can actually open and learn from other people rather than having traumas. So I'm just touching some of Lori's points. I'm starting to bring that energy in. Now Lori has a great gift. She has a great speaking ability, but sometimes Lori gets it kind of stuck and is not able to open up her crown chakra, which would be right up here. As I open up that crown chakra and start to bring that energy down here, then I can actually start to run it down through her feet. Now I love to work on people's feet because everything is connected into the feet. So I'm just envisioning that I'm working on Lori's foot, which would be over by her big toe and then almost back to her heel, so that I could start to work on her hormones, which I'm doing right now, which will help Lori to smooth out, which will help her body to heal and bring in a denseness so that she can hold more and more of the light around her, so that she can become more and more of a worker in what she so chooses. So when I flip, it's like I'm leaving my signature. It's like I have completed that and I've left a signature, so that that leaves a bit of a block, more of a breath hesitation. So this person can now start to recognize that, and before they would ever go back into the other, there would be like a hiccup or like a breath, so that that person would not go through. Then by just doing that, I can now clear it and release it. And it's now released. So Lori, how do you feel?
I actually feel a lot calmer. When we sat down, I had a lot of anxiety. I was twisted up inside, just like Lula explained. And right now, I just feel peaceful. I feel a lot better. Thank you.
So that's what our work does. It allows you to be calm and peaceful. No matter what comes your way, you always feel calm and peaceful. And by doing that, you stay in your body. A lot of people like to leave their bodies. A lot of people like to live halfway out of their bodies. A lot of people like to pull in the spiritual. By pulling in that spiritual, if you're not taking full advantage of your body, you cannot pick up the spiritual from the earth and the spiritual from above. So by using your whole body, which all of us need to learn how to do, and actually expand that, then you can pick up more and more from the earth, because the earth brings in new changes every day. And as the heavens do, as the star points do, then it allows us to become more and more of who we are, with a greater awareness of reality and truth.
Fantastic. Thank you.
And thank you, Lori. It was a pleasure to work on you.
Thanks.